the trees regarding our gender identity and sexuality. When there's no place like home, empty air, an empty establishment. Friends with Dorothy, fighting for your civil rights. Out on the crew, streets tonight.
Of all, yes. So this is a demonstration against all hate crime, regardless of xenophobia, homophobia. It's a demonstration against hate crime. That's really
last week, but it was also International Day against homophobia, biphobia and transphobia during the week, and as people are aware, there's going to be a Pride event in Navan this year, so I think it's a very timely event regardless. But it's just brilliant to have so many people come out here today. I just started sending lots of messages around and putting things on Twitter and Instagram or whatever during it was the last couple of days, and to be honest, it was a race against time, but I'm so unbelievably glad to have such a massive turnout today, so thank you so much for coming. And yeah, that's worth the race. So we are just going to have a few short speeches, I think, and yeah, first of all we're just going to have Paddy, who I believe is the representative for Pride in Navan.
Hello, can you hear me all? Yep. So it's not that long ago that people left this town because of who they were and how they felt. Well, that's not going to happen anymore. Navan Pride and our tremendous committee of volunteers are here today to show solidarity. Next month we will celebrate the LGBTQ plus people of this town with a festival and a parade. But today is not about Navan Pride. Today is about one young person who has the courage to be who they are. And about one town standing behind that brave young soul. Today is about solidarity and sending the message that we in Navan do not and will not tolerate hate crime of any kind. An uv le chéile, an uv níos láidre.
Thanks a million, Paddy. And yeah, we also have a few public representatives today here. We have Darren O'Rourke and Johnny Girk TDs from Sinn Féin. We also have the Mayor of Navan and Councillor Edward Fennessy from Sinn Féin. Ronan Moore sent on his apologies. He wanted to come here today and he was very supportive of it. I was on the phone to him for about 20 minutes. There yesterday, I went to his school, St. Pat's, just around the road when I was a young man myself, and yeah, so it's brilliant to have political parties here today putting their name behind this, because it's incredibly important that political parties who have such a platform, that they put their voice behind this and support LGBTQ people in our community. So without further ado, I'd like to pass it on to Johnny Girk to have a short speech now.
Kevin, how are you? Yeah, thanks very much, and thanks to everybody for coming out today. And we all know that what happened during the week shouldn't be tolerated in any society. You know, and everybody has to stand against hate and stand against people who threaten young people or attack young people for what they are. You know, and we in Sinn Féin stand with the LGBT, the gay community, and we always will. And people are entitled to be whatever they want to be. And what kind of a society would we have if we don't allow that? So just to show our support from Sinn Féin today, and thanks to everybody for coming out. And if there's anything we can help with down the road, I will definitely do my best.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for coming out today. My name is Peter James Newton and I'm the LGBT Regional Support Manager for LGBT youth and Pride in the community. What has happened is something that we're not very happy to see. Over the last couple of days we have been receiving the LGBT support in Meath and in Louth, people from all around the world sending the best wishes to that young person, and they're very proud of people in Navan. So a massive thank you to everyone who showed out here today. We do send a big massive solidarity to that young person, to the family, but anyone else around the country that is watching today. It's really important that we say Meath says no to hate. So thank you so much for being here.
Next up we have Nathan from People for Profit.
Just have a prepared statement from the Meath Council Trade Unions to read out. Earlier this week, on the 17th of May, International Day Against Homophobia, Biphobia and Transphobia, trade unions across the world expressed their solidarity with the LGBTQ plus brothers and sisters and recommended to fight against exclusion, discrimination and intolerance. The Meath Council Trade Union stands firm with everyone in our community to build respect and dignity for all, in particular our LGBTQI plus members and their families. We are deeply shocked and concerned about the violent attack on a young male student in Navan this week. This behaviour is not acceptable. Homophobia is not acceptable and never will be. The great trade union motto of an injury to one is an injury to all extends to all our LGBTQ plus fellow brothers and sisters, sons and daughters today. In solidarity, on behalf of John Regan, Meath Council SIP2 Chairperson, and Moira Layden, ASTI Secretary. Thank you.
I just want to have a brief little speech myself. If anyone else wants to talk as well, please feel free to come up. But I just thought I'd say myself, I've been involved with No Hate and D8 myself. I'm originally from Navan, as I said, I went to St. Pat's up the road. I live in Rialto these days, and I've been involved with No Hate and D8, and particularly since the beginning of the year. As I'm sure everyone's aware, the far right have been mobilising, and they've played a huge part in creating the environment that allowed what happened to that young boy during the week to happen. Obviously these things have happened before that as well, and it's only that it was videoed and made so public that it got so much attention. But that being said, it was Friday last week at Sandwich Street in Dublin. There was a large crowd of far-right agitators who were, you know, they were targeting refugees who've been thrown out in the street by this government. And frankly, they wanted to do serious harm to those refugees, and they were allowed ultimately to go in and burn their belongings. We're here to say no to hate today, and obviously there's lots of pride flags and lots of trans pride flags, and that's brilliant to see. Refugees are also under attack in this country. Immigrants are under attack, and in times of crisis, like we have at the moment, the housing crisis and the cost of living crisis, we are seeing people made scapegoats, which we have plenty of precedent for in history. And all we can do in response to that is what we're doing today: come out and stand up and be counted. There's strength and unity, and yeah, it's absolutely brilliant to have everyone out here today. I'm just overwhelmed. So thank you very much. I just want to put a last call out to see if there's any more speakers who want to come up and say a word or two. Okay, we have Alan Laws here as well, who's a councillor here in Navan. He's just going to give us a few words.
Thanks, folks, and it's a credit to the town to think that a protest was called, to say that Meath says no against hate, to see the amount of people that came out with only a few days' notice. And I agree, I concur with my speaker there to say that we're against all forms of hate. And we've seen a little bit of hate in this town as well against immigrants, and we have to stand against that as well. And you've seen what that leads to, you see what that led to in Dublin, and we see what the hate against the LGBT community led to here. So it's great to see all of these out here now, and I'd imagine we'll have a huge turnout for the Pride Festival that's coming up, and we have a while to go to that, so I hope to see many, many more people of Navan come out and say no to hate in all its forms. Thanks very much.
Like the organisation process for this was very short notice and a bit disseminated. So was there a plan to march to the solstice? Can anyone tell me?
Let's do it!
Yes, okay, we're doing it. Okay. Before we go, I might just start a few chants to get people's energy up. So let's go. When gay rights are under attack, stand up, fight back. When gay rights are under attack,
stand up, fight back.
When gay rights are under attack,
stand up, fight back.
When gay rights are under attack,
stand up, fight back.
When queer rights are under attack,
stand up, fight back.
When trans rights are under attack,
stand up, fight back.
When migrant rights are under attack,
stand up, fight back.
When gay rights are under attack,
stand up, fight back.
Here, everybody's welcome here. No hate, no fear.
Everybody's welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
Everybody's welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
Everybody's welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
Everybody's welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
Everybody's welcome here.
Migrant rights, queer rights, same struggle, same fight. Migrant rights, queer rights.
Same struggle, same fight.
Migrant rights, gay rights.
Same struggle, same fight.
No hate, no fear.
Everybody's welcome here.
No hate, no fear.
Everybody's welcome here.
No fear.
Everybody's welcome here.
Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back! Stand up, fight back!
Stand up and fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back. Stand up, fight back.
That's it.
A very sad and honestly sickening event that happened in Navan last week. It's great to have everyone come out here today and say that we won't tolerate hate crime. And I just want to say as well that I don't think there is currently any Navan or Meath for All kind of setup. This is, you might have seen there was an Ireland for All protest that happened, I think it was towards the end of February, where we got, I think it was 50,000 was the reported figure of people who came out in the aftermath of a lot of those anti-refugee protests to say that we weren't going to stand for that. And yeah, I think the more we can do that on local level, the better, because we need to respond to. Someone was just telling me there earlier, I wasn't even aware of this, that on Sundays apparently racists are going to the Bull and protesting there. I think we need to be able to stand up to these people in our community and be able to win those battles on the local level. So if anyone here would be interested in joining a Navan or Meath for All group, then please come to me. I'll be here for the next while. If you give me your number, I'll try and set up a WhatsApp group if we have enough people to get that going. So aside from that, thanks a million for coming out today, and yeah, everyone enjoy your weekend.
We're down here at the conclusion of the rally in solidarity with the young man who was, all I can say is, was brutally assaulted during the week. And I'm speaking with Jack, who I gather is a relation of the young man. First of all, for the listeners, Jack, how is he?
It's a little difficult to say. He was in and out of hospital on the same day, so thankfully no overnight stays or anything. Any trauma, I can't speak for. I don't know how he's processing it, but thankfully he's doing a little better physically. Yeah, well, I mean, we know that the physical wounds will heal a lot quicker than the psychological ones. So if you could just, particularly from the listeners of Dublin City FM, if you could convey to him that he has unequivocal support and sympathy. Of course. What's the general view of the community? I suspect most people in Navan are horrified. Yes, I would say that's a fair assumption. Yeah. I don't think most people would stand for this. The majority of people would not support this. I think it goes without saying. Yeah. I mean, in the Ireland I grew up in, it wouldn't have got talked about very much. It would have been brushed under the carpet. Your generation seemed to be a lot more courageous to stand up to speak about these things. Were you reassured about what you saw here today? Yes, I saw today a lot of support and a lot of people standing up against it. Thankfully it wasn't just brushed away and pushed under the rug or anything like that. It shows a lot of people were willing to stand up against injustice, I would say. Jack, in my day, Navan was very much a rural town. It was very much local people. You probably wouldn't have even had the Dublin commuter belt. Now it's much more multicultural, much more diverse in terms of ethnicity, in terms of demographics. Has that bedded in well, or are people still coming to terms with the differences? I think a lot of people are very accepting nowadays. A lot of people, especially in this town as well, it's very forward thinking, but you still get some people that get bogged down in difference. And I don't think it pays at all to be bogged down in difference. I think there's no point not accepting. Tolerance doesn't cost anything. Yeah.
Couldn't see the haunted forest for the trees regarding our gender identity and sexuality. When there's no place like home, empty air, an empty establishment. Friends with Dorothy, fighting for your civil